Dear listeners, I am back with another episode. There is an email that I want to share with you guys that we received. The message reads like this. Please keep me anonymous. Every time I would wake up in the morning, the middle part of my undergarment will be having black stuff. The first time that I noticed this, I just brushed it off, and then it happened, and it happened, and it happened again. I woke up in the middle of the night and I would see her in my bedroom, and the moment she will notice that I had opened my eyes, she will pretend to be packing clothes in the wardrobe, but the truth is there was nothing that belonged to her in our room. Those days I was only 22 years old and I had never been exposed to witchcraft. I was just an innocent child who had put herself in the mouth of a lion. This woman hated me with all of her heart, but she was a big pretender. In the presence of my dad, she would treat me like her own princess, and I also thought she liked me, but I was the stupid one. I don't know why women think that their husbands' children are a threat to them, but we have to accept that this is what it is. Mine is a very long story, and I don't even know where to start or where to end. But what I would say is, mothers, make it a point to be where your children are. Never make a mistake of giving your kids away. I had no one to protect me, but today, maybe let me tell you a story of the man who is a father of the fatherless, a man who protects the weak, a man whose name is God. Mine is a testimony of how God protected me and fought for me. Life pushed me into moving in with my dad and his wife, and she made it look like I was very welcome to stay with them. She is a good pretender. And when I moved in with them, I never had any preconceived ideas. I am one person who is sincere, and I was taught that every woman who is my mother's age, I should treat her like my mom. I respected this woman, and I never suspected her to be evil up to this level. But what I experienced in that home left me speechless. And only now I can see that was pure witchcraft. The first thing was my breast. One night I woke up and my breasts were very red, very painful. I cried till the morning and went to the hospital. When I got to the hospital, when I got examined and all the tests came out negative, and as soon as I left the hospital, the redness came and again, and at this point I was not suspecting anyone. I thought something was wrong with me. Next, I would wake up, and in the middle, the moment she saw that I was awake, she would pretend to be packing clothes in her wardrobe. But now, I come to think of it, there was no toddler in that room because I was sharing the bedroom with their daughters. I brushed it off. Then in the morning, that's when I would wake up and see that my panties were black in the middle part. This went on and I had no one to ask or tell. Then one day I developed a growth on my pee-pee, and I would feel this when I was bathing. I took a mirror and I saw that this was a growth that was on my pee-pee. I saw this with my own eyes, and I later went to the doctors for examination, and that thing simply disappeared. That lady was playing games with me. When I went back home, that growth would reappear. I told one lady from a Zion church, and she tried to see it, and it disappeared again. So I brushed it off again. I don't want to lie. At this particular time, I suspected nothing. I thought that it was just life that was happening to me. But this woman, she didn't stop because she hated me. Then what happened next meant nothing to me. But when I look back, I see the person whom I was dealing with. On this particular night, I was sleeping and I dreamt she had come. It was like a dream, but I believe God had opened my eyes. She came with roots and she opened my mouth and commanded me to drink the roots. I opened my mouth and she poured the water from the roots into my mouth. That is when I witnessed a stronger power from heaven closing my throat, such that I failed to swallow the water and the roots. She then stood up. She went to the kitchen. She grounded the roots into a powder. She came back again. As she went back into the kitchen, I felt like my spiritual eyes followed her to the kitchen because I saw everything that she was doing there. When she came back where I was sleeping on that particular day, we were sleeping in the living room because there were visitors, so we had to let them sleep in the bedroom. Now when she came back with the powdered roots that she had diluted with the water, she tried giving them to me. Then there was a higher power that came and closed my throat. I don't want to lie because I was too trusting. I was going to give in and drink. The following days to come, she made sure she would not see me face to face. She avoided me, and that was a red flag. But still, I was a child. I never suspected anything. From that day, she could not hide her hate. She made it known to me that she hated me. She didn't want to eat what I would cook. She couldn't contain her hate towards me. Now I only got to know that she had a lot going on from her own children when they found out weird things in her bedroom. A few weeks before, she told me openly that she hated me. I dreamt again someone who was chasing me, but those people, whenever they would chase me, they would never catch me. It would be like I'll be in a field, and whenever they started to chase me, I would walk one step, then I would fly. They would never catch me. This was the order of my sleep for a very long time. Still, I suspected nothing. Then one day, she made me to sweep the yard, and on that day, she made sure she swept with me. And I remember very well, someone called her. Then she spoke and said, yes, I am with her right now. It looked all innocent, but he had put Isita. In Zulu, it means to destroy. So it's an African muti they use for you, and that things destroys everything you touch. From that time in life, I never touched anything. She later called my relative and said that one will never be successful in life. So by sweeping the yard when the muti is there, that is how you'll be sweeping away all the good things in your life. But still, my brother, I was just blind. To me, she was my mother. A daughter then came to me and told me that my mom doesn't like you. She came to me and told me not to talk to you because you have demons. That's when I opened my eyes and saw that this woman was up to no good. I noticed that whenever we would go to church, her kids would walk on their own and I would walk alone. I noticed that I had tried to look for a job, and on 3 occasions she went behind my back to those employers and told them never to give me a job. She would in turn come back with the letter and claim that she got it in the letter box. She would stand by the door right in front of me and watch me read that letter written, "We regret there is no job for you." She would call even my workplace that I found a job through the power of Jesus Christ and still tell them how bad I was. A lot happened in that house till the day I decided to leave, when she had attacked me and told me in my face that I had demons and she was not comfortable with me around her kids. Mom, I want you to know that Jesus is my own soul protector, and even though you did all that you did to destroy my life and make sure that I suffer, I want you to know that I serve a living God and He is my soul protector. You accused me of going to stronger traditional healers than yours because you failed to do what you wanted me to do, but Jesus said, not today, not this year, not my own child. I was never your competition. I was just a child who wanted a normal child. When Psalms 23 says, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want," that is very true. He is indeed a good shepherd. There is no need to worry about the enemy because He takes good care of them. Dear listeners, right there was a message that I received from Anonymous. Yo, what a story, what a story. Please let us talk about this issue in the comment section.